God morning, you guys. It is March 23rd. We have Jesus calling, I am God of both intricate detail and overflowing abundance. Intricate detail and overflowing abundance. When we think of God, we think of him, right, as a father, as a creator, but what does it really mean to be a creator, right? To be a creator, to create the amazing, complex, just specific things that we have in this world, in this life. You have to have these qualities, right? You have to have that intricate detail, and you have to have that overflowing abundance. You have to never want to stop. You have to want to keep going. You have to have that eternity, that infinity factor to you, and you also have to have that that ability to just be so detail oriented, right? And that's how God is. So if he did that creating us, just the very beginning, how is he going to do that throughout our lives? How is he going to do that with our relationship with us? That's the real question. When you entrust the details of your life to me, you are surprised by how thoroughly I answer your petitions. That is so true, guys. We might ask God for one thing and get something else, but this something else might answer multiple prayer requests that we've had, answer multiple questions that we've had all in one, right? God knows what we need in our life. So when we're praying, we're praying as like as a request, as a plea, right? As a question, right? But God is going to respond with more than an answer. He's going to respond with a solution to everything and more, right? But we can't see that. But sometimes we do. Sometimes we are able to see this, and it's so surprising. It's so beautiful. Like sometimes this happens to me, and I just look up and I'm like, of course, like you're like, it's how can I expect anything less, right? I take pleasure in hearing your prayers, so feel free to bring me all of your requests. Like I just said, right? The more you pray, the more answers you can receive. Best of all, your faith is strengthened as you see how precisely I respond to your specific prayers. Guys, and that's so true. It's a great way to build your bond, build your relationship with God, is just through praying, right? You don't even have to pray for anything crazy. You don't have to pray for anything at all. You can just pray to talk to him. You just pray to communicate with him. But he's saying when you do make requests, right, your faith will be strengthened by how precisely he responds to these prayers, right? By how he's moving in your life, right? And I mean, if you pray for something like, I pray to end all world hunger, right? I'm not God, so I don't know how that's going to go about doing something like that, right? But you could see the way God is moving in different parts of your life to get to that solution, right? To get closer to that. Because I'm infinite in all my ways, you need not fear that I will run out of resources, right? No prayer is too big, no prayer is too small, right? God is God. He is the creator. Don't be afraid to ever just go out there and talk to him about anything you want to talk to him about any concern, because he already knows it. He already knows these things in your head, right? It just takes you coming to him, stepping to his door, knocking on the door, and verbally telling him yourself, right? Which that's going to build a relationship, because he already knows everything he's got to know, right? It's no secret when we tell him things. It's no secret when you admit something to him, right? That's just us being able to finally come to like a what's the word? I'm trying to think of the word. I feel like I'm not going to get it. Anyways, like a strength of our own, and being able to really tap into that Jesus inside of us to get closer to him, to admit, to talk to him, to pray, right? That's just going to build up that relationship even more. Yeah, I'm not going to figure out the word. I'm trying, but I can't think of it. Abundance is at the very heart of who I am. Come to me in joyful expectation of receiving all you need, and sometimes much more. Exactly like I said, no prayer is too big, no prayer is too small, right? Abundance is God. God is eternal. God is infinite, right? And so don't ever be afraid. Don't ever be afraid of asking for too much, of just talking about too much, right? God is going to help you in more ways than one, in more ways than you can ever imagine, right? I delight in showering blessings on my beloved children. Come to me with open hands and heart, ready to receive all I have for you. That's so beautiful. Let's see where this comes from. Psalm 132:15. I will bless her with abundant provisions. Her poor will I satisfy with food. And in Psalm 36:7-9. How priceless is your unfailing love, both high and low among men. Find refuge in the shadow of your wings. They feast on the abundance of your house. You give them drink from your river of delights. For whom you is the fountain of life, and your light we see light. And in John 6:12-13, we have when they had all had enough to eat, he said to his disciples, gather the pieces that are left over, let nothing be wasted. So they gathered them and filled 12 baskets with the pieces of 5 barley loaves left over by those who had eaten them. That is March 23rd. I love you guys so much. I hope you guys learned something. And with that, I will say amen.